a huge part of your brand strategy. It can literally make or break your success, which is why when this client changed her prices, she saw her very first $1,000 day. And when this client changed her prices, she began to see consistent $300 days. If you want to learn how you can nail down your product pricing strategy before you launch, then watch this entire video because I'm about to give you all the sauce. Stay tuned. If you've ever worked in retail, I'm sure you stepped foot into 2 stores and wondered why they had the same product priced differently. That's the power of owning a pricing strategy. It's likely that you're watching this and you're going, yeah, Chanel, I got a pricing strategy. I take what I buy from my vendor and I multiply it by 2. Girl, if that's you, I need you to comment guilty in all caps. And if you just make up prices, I need you to comment guilty times 2 because baby, you are doing it all wrong. See, you think that it's as simple as taking your product cost and multiplying it by 2, but in reality, it's way deeper than that. It's more strategic and it's highly tied to your brand, even more than you think. And in today's video, I am gonna break all of this down for you. Before we dive in, hey, I am Chanel Q, the brand hustler, and I help entrepreneurs with bomb products like yourself build a brand so that you can launch, grow, and scale your business. If that sounds on par with what you're trying to do, hit the subscribe button and join the Hustle Babe community. Now, before I hop into showing you how to create your pricing strategy, I need to show you why having a pricing strategy is crucial for your business's success. So let me crank out my iPad because we about to get to stick figure drawing, okay? We're going back to art class so that I can illustrate to you how your pricing strategy works in your favor. So first things first, let's draw you. This is you. And your ultimate goal is to be happy. You know that to be happy, you want a certain level of freedom. You also want a certain amount of money because that will help you grant your wildest dreams, right? Whether it's buying a new house, whether it's saving for your child for their trust fund or retiring your parents, you want to be happy. So you decide that you need a way to make this money, right? We know that you can either continue to work a 9-to-5 or you can decide to start a business or do both. You decide that you want to start a business selling a bomb.com product. But in order for you to actually make money, you need people to buy it because that's how you get orders and that's how you get sales, AKA money, right? So you need customers. Some of your potential customers are gonna be happy that they found you. Some are gonna be confused. Some are just gonna be meh, right? And so your goal is to sell your product to your potential customer, right? And turn them into customers. However, in order for you to successfully do that, you need to make sure that the product that you have is useful for them. And for it to be useful, it means that it needs to solve a problem or provide a resource to a need, right? It needs to solve a problem. Now that you've solved the problem though, that isn't the only thing, right? Just because you solve the problem doesn't mean that they're automatically gonna buy your product, because guess what? There are other products out there that are the same or similar to yours or solve the same or similar problem. What makes your product different is going to be the unique set of benefits, the unique set of features, and this can be tied into like the quality, the uniqueness, etc. Once you have these qualities about your product developed or these features about your product developed, then it makes your product more attractive to your potential customer. It makes it attractive to the consumer. So now by positioning it to be a certain level of quality, positioning it to be unique in some way, etc., you have enhanced the perceived value of your product. Now you got this two-way exchange going on. However, there's one thing that could come in between this two-way exchange, okay? We're gonna put a big red circle here. And that is dollar signs, okay? So that is your price tag, because believe it or not, your price needs to make sense to your consumer. If you have a super high quality product, all of these benefits and features, and your competitors are pricing their products $150 and more, and you come in pricing your product that you claim is the same grade or same level as these other products for $20, your consumer is gonna look at you like, I don't know what this is, but I don't want it because it might break me out, it might make me sick, etc., etc. It might not work, right? Same thing goes for if you have a product that is positioned to be super low quality. Maybe it's something that's quick, it's a quick fix to something, and you price it really, really high. Your consumer's gonna be confused because they're like, you didn't put a lot of time into making this product. It's not made with the best materials. It doesn't have the best features. I just need a quick fix for something that was super cheap, but you've priced it too high, right? So that is why price comes in between that two-way exchange between your product and your potential customer, or in other words, your consumer. Now, outside of that, obviously, your products don't develop the price themselves. Like, they can't make up a price by themselves. You as the business owner and your team, if you have one, needs to have a pricing strategy that sets the price for this product, right? With that being said, you influence what that price is like, and you're supposed to make a price based off of several factors that I call the 4 C's, okay? And I'll share with you what those 4 C's mean in a minute. So once you have the price set, guess what? The right price will allow you to make a healthier profit margin. What happens when you have a healthy profit margin, right, is that, I know it looks like a house, that's your business today. Your business is able to grow. When your business grows, you're happy. When you're happy, it's probably because you got the money you desire, which granted you the freedom you desire, and it granted you the ability to do all the things that you've always dreamt of doing. So this right here is the importance of a pricing strategy. If your pricing is wrong, it throws this whole cycle off. You want your pricing to be right so that way you as the business owner, you can be happy, business can grow, consumers can want your product, be begging for your product, and your product can fly off the shelves or fly off the digital space, okay? That is it right there. Now, let's talk about how you create your own pricing strategy. Because as you can see from this pictorial, a pricing strategy is super important. I mentioned when I was drawing this pictorial that there are 4 C's that I abide by when it comes to setting your pricing strategy. And those 4 C's are cost, company, competition, and customers, right? And so pretty much what I mean by that is your cost is probably what you was doing all along or what you planned on doing, which is accounting for how much money you spent to either make or acquire the product. If you are making a digital product, you're counting hours typically, but typically with physical products, you are dealing with materials or vendors, so on and so forth. So you're accounting for all of those costs. Every single cost that you occur to make that product and to like put it into a sellable state, your consumer needs to be added up. Second is your company. Company is just another word for brand, just because I wanted to keep with the C theme. But your brand is, how do you want your brand to be perceived? And also, how are you entering the industry? Like, what's your edge? What's your competitive advantage, so on and so forth. Because based on how you want to position yourself in the industry, that will help you price your products better too. If you want to be the value version, AKA Walmart, then you need to make sure that your products are priced accordingly. If you want to be the high-end version, AKA Whole Foods, then you need to price your products accordingly. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for you to consider your brand, AKA company, when you're setting prices. The third C is competition. Now, competition is all about what's already out there. What is in your industry currently? What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? How are you going to change that, alter that, not do anything about that? Whatever it is, how are you entering that whole atmosphere? And how are you going to be competitive when it comes to the industry, okay? And then fourth is your customer. As you saw on this diagram or pictorial that I created, the customer needs to make the decision to purchase from you. If they never do that, you never make a sale. So you need to make sure that you are keeping your audience in mind. What do they want out of a product? That way you can develop it with features and benefits that they need. What do they desire to see? That way you could package your product correctly, position your messaging for your brand correctly, because they all work together in this continuous cycle. I know this is so overwhelming. That is why I created detailed lessons within my program ULC to help you identify your target audience, develop a unique brand, and set strategic prices all before you launch. Don't know what ULC is? Well, let me put you up on game.
The Ultimate Launch course is the only program intentionally designed to help you build a brand and market the launch of your product-based business. And yes, digital products count too. This isn't your typical how to start a business course. This is a program uniquely crafted to help you formulate a revenue-generating launch marketing plan that takes you from confused to clarity in just 90 short days. You can score launch results like these with the right strategy, taught by the right expert, and with the right support group cheering you on. By enrolling in ULC, you get access to an extensive curriculum with over 35 guided lessons to help you strategically launch while avoiding amateur mistakes. You also get access to weekly strategy workshops, plug and play launch templates, and a networking group chat where you can meet your future business bestie to hold you accountable. And for the very first time, all ULC students will get the exclusive opportunity to take flight and attend our International Brand Booster Retreat, where we'll sip pina coladas, level up our knowledge, and celebrate our launch wins together. Look, if this is your first launch and you're scared of hearing nothing but crickets, or if you had a failed launch in the past but know you deserve a long list of customers who are begging for your products, then ULC is perfect for you. Enroll now before doors close. Trust me, they do not stay open for long. Click the link in my description box or head over to yourultimatelaunch.com and hit enroll now. I'll see you on the inside.
Now that you understand the importance of pricing strategy and how all of these elements work together, it's important for you to develop a formula that will ensure that you and your future team members set the right price every single time. The product pricing formula that I use looks a little something like this. I take all of my costs and I add them all up, and then I multiply them by a number. This number, I refer to it as my brand's multiplier number. I then add any seller fees and then make adjustments higher or lower depending on supply, demand, and things like that. And then boom, there's my price. See, this is difficult to do on the top of your head or on paper, which is why I highly recommend creating an electronic version of your pricing strategy. You know those big box stores? Well, they're able to set prices with ease across all of their stores because they have used technology to their advantage. And trust me, I used to work at a bunch of them. So how can you use tech to your advantage when it comes to your pricing strategy? That's easy. It's by creating a spreadsheet. So that way you don't have to do the thinking, the spreadsheet does. I'll walk you through what mine looks like.
This is what my pricing spreadsheet looks like. I actually created this back when I had a shoe boutique, and I continued to use it because it is just so detailed and so helpful. A lot of my clients and my students, we plug their costs and things like that into the spreadsheet, and it comes out with a solid price that makes everything smooth, right? And so the screenshots that I put at the very beginning of this video with my clients who actually made more sales after changing their price, I actually use this spreadsheet to alter their prices with them. So let me show you all of the columns on my spreadsheet so that way you can be aware what you should include in yours. So the first column has a product code. Now, this is something that's optional, but for me, especially when it comes to physical products, I love to make things easier. So I actually double this spreadsheet, kind of like an inventory tracker in a way. And also I use it as the pricing functionality that it's made for. So when it comes to the product code, I actually gave all of my shoes a product code. And the way that I did that was really simple. I took whatever the collection number was for the year. I then took the year and then I took the product number that it was in the collection, and then if I had a variety of colors, I used the letter to signify that color. So that's how I got like 1-2019-1B. Then in the next column, this is where I put my quantity. It's important for me to put the quantity that I purchased from the vendor. So if I got my shoes in a pack of 8, I would put 8 here for a particular shoe. That way it helps me keep track of how many I got. But then also down the line, which you'll see on a later column, it helps you calculate how much money you invested per product. And then you can literally run this and then see how much money you invested per collection as well. I then have a column for the product name, an area for the product link, which I like to put the link from the vendor. That way, if I need to reorder or if something's wrong, if I have a question, I can go straight to the link. And then I have my product description column. Now, this is not the full product description that I would put on the website. I focus on SEO terms only. And so what SEO means is search engine optimization. So I am thinking about keywords that people would be searching on, an area for the product link, which I like to put the link from the vendor. That way, if I need to reorder or if something's wrong, if I have a question, I can go straight to the link. All of my descriptions when I go to actually list the product. I then have a column for color. So as you see up until now, this has been a lot of inventory management, but it comes in handy on your pricing spreadsheet, trust me. Then this is where I put all my costs. So in the next 2 columns, I put my costs, which we spoke about. And then the next column, column J, I put my brand power number. Now, this brand power number is based off when you do your competitor research, when you do your SWOT analysis, what your brand perception is or what you want it to be. All of that stuff plays into your brand power number. And then once you put that in, my spreadsheet actually starts to auto-calculate things for you. So it auto-calculates the total cost. So how much have you actually invested in this product per item? And then it tells you how much you invested totally in the next column. So for this example, I've invested $115 into buying 5 of these items. Then I have a column to add my seller fees, and then I have an adjustments column. And then my spreadsheet actually auto-calculates the product price based on some parameters that I've already set up in my spreadsheet. And then it automatically tells me what the profit is. And what I really love that I added after I closed my shoe boutique is I added the potential sales column. So what it does is it tells me how much money can I potentially make from this product based on all the information I fed the spreadsheet so far. And the cool thing is I added these charts at the top because then I'm able to visualize everything, right? I'm able to visualize how much I totally invested, which products bring me the most profit, all of that stuff, which is really cool. Like my inventory stock value, which is how much product am I sitting on, what's the value of that, which is really, really cool. Now, I have prettied up this spreadsheet a little bit, and I actually made it into a template that I sell through my other brand, Hustle Babe University. So if you are like, Chanel, I don't know how to make spreadsheets and I just need you to give me the sauce, then you definitely want to get a copy of this spreadsheet. I'm going to leave the link in my description. So just open up my description box, click the link. It'll take you to Hustle Babe University and you can grab this. It's called Real Deal Profits. And you'll get this spreadsheet as well as a in-depth tutorial video of how to use this, how to come up with your brand power number, and so much more. So check it out. And that's my spreadsheet.
If you made it all the way to the end of this video, drop money bags in the comments because that is what your bank account is going to look like once you set these prices, honey, okay? You are a true hustle babe. So make sure that you drop money bags in the comments because you made it all the way to the end of the video. Now, make sure that you give this video a like, share it with someone that you know it can help. And please, 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 if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you can be alerted when I drop the next video. Follow me on Instagram at The Brand Hustler. I share tons of insight and tips on there. And you can follow me on TikTok as well. But that's it. This was good. I told you this was going to be good. Comment one takeaway from this video down below because I know it was real juicy. I'm going to see you later, Hustle Babe. Bye.